Lesson 62 today is titled Writing Mixed Numbers as Improper Fractions. And our first problem says write 2 3/4 as an improper fraction. Now if you remember, an improper fraction just means that the numerator will be bigger than the denominator. So in order to do this, well, our first step when we write a mixed number as an improper fraction is going to be to multiply, and we're going to multiply the denominator times the whole. So if we multiply the denominator times the whole, and we'll put the whole part of our mixed number, in this problem we're going to get 2 times 4. So 2 times 4, that's equal to 8. That's our first step. The second step is add the numerator, this time 3, to our product from step 1. So if we go ahead and do that, well, our numerator is 3, and we're going to add it to the product of step 1, so we get 3 plus 8. And 3 plus 8 must be 11. Now, step 3 is the easiest of all. Step 3, we're going to write our fraction. And when we write our fraction, step 2's answer is our numerator, and our denominator is what it originally was. Write fraction with step 2 answer as numerator, and use original denominator. So if we do that, well, step 2 answer is 11, that's our numerator. Our denominator stays as it originally was, that's 4. So we get 11/4. And that's our final answer. This 3-step process will work whenever we want to write mixed numbers as improper fractions. Take a moment to pause the video now if you need more time to get this in your notes. Let's move on to our next example. We want to write 5 2/3 as an improper fraction. So step 1 was to multiply the denominator times the whole part. So we have 3 times 5. 3 times 5, that must be 15. And then we're going to take our product of 15 and we're going to add the numerator of 2 to it. So we get 15 plus 2, that's 17. And then step 3, we take our new answer, 17, and we put it over our original denominator of 3. So we get 17/3. We've written 5 2/3 as an improper fraction. It's equal to 17/3. Okay, what we want to do next is write 1 2/3 and 2 2/5. There's a fraction bar there, as improper fractions. Then multiply the improper fractions and find the product. So 1 2/3. Well, we have 3 times 1, that's 3. And then we're going to say 3 plus 2, that's 5. And we put that over our original denominator of 3. So we get 5/3. Then let's do the other one. We have 2 2/5. 5 times 2, that's 10. We're going to say 10 plus our numerator of 2, that's 12. And we get 12/5 because we put it over our original denominator. Now what we have to do is find the product. So when we find the product of these, we're saying 5/12 times 3/5. Now when we look at this, we know we can simplify before we multiply. Let's rewrite over here on the right. 5/3 times 12/5, so everything's a little bit closer together. We know that 5/5 is just a big 1, 1 over 1. And we know that 3 goes into 12 4 times. So instead of having a 3 and a 12, we're going to have a 1 and a 4. When we do that, our multiplication becomes so much easier because we have 1 times 4, that's 4. We have 1 times 1, That's 1. So we get an answer of 4. When we simplify before we multiply, it makes it so we don't have to multiply big numbers, and so we don't have to divide big numbers. Our lesson practice will be on page 334. Make sure you've got your notes complete, and I'll see you during our next class.